The A-Team Challenge, a major project of the Foundation for Lee County Public Schools, is produced in partnership with the School District of Lee County, Waterman Broadcasting, and NBC2. This program features high school students in both public and private schools from 6 Southwest Florida counties as they compete in this exciting academic challenge. Lee County High School student interns help produce the show under the direction of the Lee County Schools Communication and Production Department. The A-Team Challenge is brought to you by the Suncoast Credit Union Foundation and a contributing sponsorship by Hodges University.
Hello everybody, welcome to another round of the A-Team Challenge. I'm your host today, Robert Van Winkle at NBC2. This is game number 3 of our season in 2016, and we continue a 27-year partnership with the Foundation for Lee County Public Schools, NBC2, and the Lee County School District. You can watch our games on Comcast Channel 99 and also on the internet at leeschools.net. Now, students, we're in a single elimination competition this year. 2016 has begun, and we've got 36 high schools from 6 Southwest Florida counties. One of these 2 fine teams will be moving on to the next round. Students will answer questions today in the subjects of science, math, arts and humanities, language arts, social studies, and we have a few general knowledge questions, and if you're really lucky, I'll even sing a couple of them as well. Just kidding. Rounds are 1, 2, and 3. Let's take a look at the rules. They're labeled as a 5-point round, a 10-point round, and a 20-point round. In these rounds, students, remember you're to work individually for the first 3 rounds, no help from other students. You'll be working as a group in the final exam, and you can wager as much or as little of your score as you wish. Also a reminder, if you buzz in early and get the question incorrect, there's no penalty for that, but the other team has a chance to hear the whole question and possibly steal the point away. Welcome to 2 fine schools here today. On my right, we have DeSoto County High School, traveling a long way. We appreciate you being here, your fine-looking blue shirts there. On my left, a new school to the A-Team Challenge this year. This is Mason Classical Academy in Collier County in the Naples area. Welcome to you, also decked out very nicely today. So here we go. Students, if you are ready, put your hands on your buzzers. We're going to start our 5-point round. The A-Team Challenge, here we go. Shardik, from a novel by Richard Adams, Rupert, who's still very popular in England, and Fozzie on The Muppet Show are all what kind of animal? Blaine, DeSoto.
Bear?
Yep, they're bears, also Baloo in the Jungle Book and Paddington and Winnie the Pooh. Bear, 5 points, starts us off DeSoto High School. To celebrate 25 years since the demolition of this structure, a street festival was recently held at the Brandenburg Gate. Name the structure, first built by East Germany. Oliver, DeSoto.
Berlin Wall?
The Berlin Wall, that was designed in 1961 to keep people out and torn down in 1989. Very good, 5 points DeSoto. The nut-like objects it grows are often called samaras. Name this popular tree whose species include paperback, Norway, Japanese, silver, and sugar, and whose sap is often put on pancakes. What kind of tree is it, Alex?
Maple?
Maple tree, right. 5 points, DeSoto. Next question is a math question. You may look at your screen and begin working. We've supplied you with calculators and pencil and paper. In slope-intercept form, give the equation of the line that contains the points 2 and -1 and 8 and 17. The students have a little extra time for math questions. There will be several of these during the A-Team Challenge. And again, the students are given some props to help them answer the questions and a little more time. All right. The answer was y equals 3x minus 7, and we didn't get anybody to ring in time for that. All right. No harm, no foul. Next question for 5. It is a generic word for sculpture of a person, picture, or diagram, and is often numbered 1, 2, 3, etc. when seen in a math or science textbook. Give this 6-letter word that, in geometry, is a generic word for circle, square, or triangle. And Anna's in, Mason.
Figure?
A figure is exactly right. Good job. 5 points puts you on the board, Mason Classical. Next question for 5. Its multiple layers cover a female performer's body while still providing comfort for those who need to jump and jeter on stage. Give this ballet term, Anna?
Leotard?
No, sorry, that's incorrect. Good try, though. DeSoto, let me finish just a few more words. Give the ballet term for the skirt worn by the ballerina. Blaine, DeSoto.
2-2.
A tutu, that's exactly right. And I bet you would have got that if you would have heard about 3 more words. That's okay, 5 points does go to DeSoto. Here we go, 5 up for grabs now. It won 38 games in a row before losing to Wisconsin in the Final Four in 2015. Named this men's college basketball team, coached by John Calipari. Oliver, give it a shot.
Blue Devils.
Good try, sorry, no. Mason, you want to try? Anybody? It's okay. It's the Kentucky Wildcats. All right. Next question for 5. An expression described by this adjective has polynomials in both the numerator and the denominator. I want you to give this adjective that, when describing a number, means it has an integer in the numerator and denominator, it has an integer in the numerator and a non-zero integer in the denominator, and thus does not describe either 2 squared or pi. Alex, DeSoto.
Rational.
Whew. I'm sure glad you got that because I didn't want to have to blame it on my question. Very good. 5 points. DeSoto. Excellent. Next question for 5. What word can mean a single space between written words, an empty line upon which a written word is added, or a bullet that doesn't hurt anyone? Anna, Mason.
Blank.
A blank. That's correct. 5 points. Mason Classical. Next for 5. A homonym is a word pronounced like another word, but with a different meaning. Spell the word homonym. Oliver's rung in first. DeSoto.
HOMYMNYM.
Nope. Good try, though. Sorry. DeSoto. Mason, somebody ring in. And Howie's in.
MONONYM.
Can you do that one more time? Say it again.
MOMONYM.
Sorry. Nope. Incorrect. Homonym is HOMONYM. HOMONYM. That's okay. No harm, no foul. Good try both sides, though. Next question's up for 5 points. It allowed Maine to join the Union as a free state. Identify this 1820 legislation, whose final section kept slavery within the large Louisiana territory south of 36 degrees and 30 minutes north. Howie.
The Missouri Compromise.
The Missouri Compromise is correct. 5 points, Mason Classical. Next for 5. When it flooded in 1927, it spread through parts of 10 U.S. states, displacing more than 500,000 people living near its banks. And that was before New Orleans got 15 inches of rain in just 18 hours. I want you to name this major river. Alex, DeSoto.
Missouri.
No, not the Missouri. Howie.
Mississippi.
Yes, the Mississippi River is what I was looking for, and that puts you at 5 points and brings our score very close together. Mason Classical at 20 and DeSoto at 25. Good game underway, guys. Thank you very much. Before we go to our first break, let's introduce you to the players on my right from DeSoto County High School. DeSoto County High School first player up is Blaine Wallace. Blaine is a junior this year. There he is. Blaine is going to be headed off to FGCU in the future to study health science. Blaine, good luck to you. Next to Blaine is Ricardo Aregian, and he is a sophomore, and he would like to go to UCF and be an architect someday. So Ricardo, good luck to you in the future. Back row, 2 players. This is Alex Reichley. Alex is a junior this year, also like to go to UCF and study architecture. And UCF must be a very popular place because Oliver is up next and he would like to go there as well. This is Oliver Carey, a junior, and he wants to study computer science. Oliver, Alex, Ricardo, and Blaine, the team at DeSoto County High School under the direction of Andrew Hagan, Carolyn Cruz, and Larry Bailey. All right, you guys, you've started off well. When we come back, we'll introduce you to the team from Mason Classical in Collier County. Good start, guys.
2 pennies by themselves don't add up to much. But when you're a Suncoast member, every time you swipe your Suncoast credit or debit card, Suncoast donates 2 cents to help children's programs where you live. That means Suncoast members help make their community a better place every day just by buying things with their cards. And when we add all those pennies from all those Suncoast card swipes together, we can give millions of dollars to our children's future. Visit SuncoastCreditUnion.com and learn how much Suncoast could save you.
Hi, my name is Marshall Bauer, and I'm proud to say I'm the Executive Director of the Foundation for Lee County Public Schools. The Foundation has as its mission engaging the business community and the community at large with our students and teachers in the public school system. Through our many initiatives and programs, we enhance and enrich what is already going on in our public school system. The goal in mind is the same goal that the school district has, to make Lee County Public Schools a world-class school system. It is important that the community understand that our students will be competing in a global market, and in order for them to succeed, they need the backing of the entire community. So please reach out to a student, to a teacher, and help the foundation succeed in its mission. Thank you.
Welcome back to the A-Team Challenge. Game number 3 underway. DeSoto County High School versus Mason Classical Academy in Collier County. And speaking of that, let's introduce you to them. Our newest member of the A-Team family coming at us this year. Thank you guys for being here again. This is player number 1, Valentina Zuluaga. Valentina is a sophomore this year, and she would like to head off to Duke University to study constitutional law in the future. Valentina, welcome to you. Next to Valentina is Howie. Howie Stubbs is a sophomore this year. Howie would like to go to MIT after high school and study programming. Howie, good luck to you in the future as well. 2 players in the back row, 2 fine-looking ladies. This is Anna Trelor. Anna Trelor is a freshman this year, and she would like to go to Yale and study medicine. Next to Anna is Eve. Eve Clark, also a freshman, and she has undecided college plans as yet, but she'd like to study writing and authorship. So welcome to Eve, Anna, Howie, and Valentina under the coaching of Catherine Putney and Beth Thu. Is it Thu or Thu? Thu, with the TH, just like it looks. All right, so there you go. That's the Mason Classical Academy side. DeSoto and Mason, get your buzzers up, and here we go. Our round now is worth 10 points. Each question will get you 10. Here we go. Its Hidden Landscapes project has found more than a dozen ancient monuments underground without even starting to dig up the area. Name this rock formation on England's Salisbury Plain. Blaine, DeSoto.
Stonehenge.
Yeah, thought to be religious in nature, but they still don't know what made that thing there. That's pretty cool. 10 points, DeSoto. Next for 10. The most popular species of this plant is called upland. Its fuzzy seeds can be used to feed animals. It's made almost entirely of cellulose. Name this plant, popular in clothing. Howie, Mason?
Corn.
Nope, sorry. Good try, though. Okay, Oliver, you want to try?
Cotton.
Cotton, yeah, that's the one. Popular in clothing, and Eli Whitney invented a gin to get the seeds out faster. 10 points, DeSoto. Next for 10. Until 1991, it was known officially as the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics. Name this large European, Blaine, DeSoto.
Russia.
Yeah, that's the European country that borders China and is led by Vladimir Putin. 10 points, DeSoto. Next for 10. On the anniversary of creating an account here, a birthday cake appears by your username. Name this website that calls itself, Eve, Mason?
Facebook.
No, good try though. DeSoto, I'll finish the question. Name the website that calls itself the front page of the internet and has FAQ pages explaining its mascot named Snoo. Oliver, DeSoto.
Reddit.
Yeah, Reddit is the one. 10 points, DeSoto. Next for 10. What agency within the U.S. Department of Justice tries to keep heroin and cocaine out of the U.S.? Oliver, DeSoto.
The DEA.
The DEA, the Drug Enforcement Administration. 10 points, DeSoto. Next, after he came to Missouri in the late 1800s, what black American composer became known as the king of ragtime piano by writing pieces like The Maple Leaf Rag? That was Scott, did that help? Joplin, Scott Joplin. Next question for 10. His book, Here is New York, came 10 years before his grammar book, The Elements of Style. Name this American children's author, most famous today for his novel, The Trumpet of the Swan, and his classic, Charlotte's Web. Blaine, DeSoto.
E.B. White.
E.B. White is the proper response, 10 points, DeSoto. Next for 10. In the novel Hattie Big Sky, the teenage girl Hattie leaves her native Iowa and goes to this state because she has inherited her uncle's homesteading claim there. Name the state whose capital city is Helena. Valentina.
Kansas?
No, good try. DeSoto. Blaine.
Montana?
Montana, proper response, 10 points, DeSoto. Next for 10, established by the Fatimid dynasty in the late 900s AD, it was reduced in importance after being conquered by the Ottomans. Howie Mason.
The Byzantine Empire.
No, good try though. Let me finish the question. DeSoto. Leaders who lived there in the 20th century included Hosni Mubarak, who gave up power after protests at its Tahrir Square. Name this city on the Nile River, the capital of Egypt. Blaine, DeSoto.
Cairo.
Cairo is the proper response, 10 points, DeSoto. Next, for 10, identify the natural phenomenon defined by the U.S. Geologic Survey as a sudden slip on a fault and the resulting ground shaking. Alex, DeSoto.
Earthquake.
Earthquake, that is the proper response, 10 points, DeSoto. Next question for 10 is a math question. You can look on your screen and read it, and I will read it for the folks at home. People in a housing development own 5 cars for every 3 bikes. How many bikes does the development contain if it has 165 cars? Valentina's in first.
55?
No, sorry, hon, that's not right. DeSoto? Oliver?
69.
And that's incorrect as well. It's 99. 99. 3 times 33. Okay, good round. We have a score that's a little separated now, but there is still one more round to go. And Mason Classical, do not give up any effort here, because the next round is worth 20 points each. And believe me, I've seen a lot of rounds where these scores catch up pretty quickly. So we'll see how it plays out. Come back for the 20-point round next.
Our schools are faced with increasing budgetary challenges. Now, there's an easy way for all of us to support education. By purchasing a License for Learning plate and renewing it each year, $20 are contributed to our schools to help our children. Support the License for Learning campaign. If you've got a car, get involved. For more information, call the Foundation for Lee County Public Schools, 239-337-0433. Get involved.
The A-Team Challenge, a major project of the Foundation for Lee County Public Schools, is provided in partnership with the School District of Lee County and Waterman Broadcasting.
Hello once again. DeSoto County High School versus Mason Classical Academy in Collier County are duking it out for a chance to move on here in the A-Team Challenge. Now the scores are separated, but we are in our 20-point round, so let's see how closely we can get things to match up. Right now, students, hands on your buzzers. Here we go. The questions are worth 20 points. Which Olympic sports main divisions include road, track, and BMX? Oliver, DeSoto.
Biking.
Biking is correct. That's 20 points, DeSoto. Next for 20. In the late 1780s, people in what is now this state's eastern area created a state of Franklin that lasted for 4 years. The Unaka Mountains are on its east side, while Mississippi River is on the west. In between, you can find the Cumberland Plateau. Name this state, the third to join the Union after the original 13, and their major cities include Knoxville, Memphis. Eve Mason.
Tennessee.
Tennessee is correct. 20 points, Mason Classical. Next for 20. Its Spanish version was begun by Ferdinand and Isabella in the late Oliver DeSoto.
Inquisition.
Can you be more specific?
The Spanish Inquisition.
The Spanish Inquisition is what I needed. That's correct. Name the institution. That I needed both words. Good. 20 points. DeSoto. Good job. Next for 20. Diocletian rebuilt this area's Temple of Saturn and Temple of Vesta. This area became surrounded by government buildings and was the site of Mark Antony's oration at Caesar's funeral. Name this rectangular plaza within ancient Rome. Blaine, DeSoto.
The Forum.
The Forum is correct, famed for its architecture whose ruins are visible today. 20 points, DeSoto. Next for 20. His most famous works were written during the 17 years in England that followed the War of 1812. When he came back to the United States, he built a house in upstate New York and called it Sunnyside. Name this author, most famous today for his characters Ichabod Crane. Blaine DeSoto?
Washington Irving.
Washington Irving. He also created Rip Van Winkle. But I bet you knew that, didn't you? Yes, you did. 20 points for DeSoto County. Next question for 20. What trail used by settlers of the West in the mid-1800s stretched between Blaine DeSoto?
Oregon Trail.
Sorry, maybe a little too soon. I can't give you the point for that. Mason, the rest of the question is stretched between Nauvoo, Illinois, and Salt Lake.
The Mormon Trail.
Sorry?
The Mormon Trail.
The Mormon Trail stretched between there and Salt Lake City. That's correct. 20 points, Mason Classical. Next for 20. Graham Greene's novel, The Quiet American, Robert Stone's novel, Dog Soldiers, Robin Moore's novel, The Green Beret, and the novel LBJ Brigade, and the Tim O'Brien short story, The Things They Carried, are all set during what 20th? Blaine DeSoto.
Vietnam War.
Yeah, what 20th century war? It was the Vietnam War. Good job. 20 points, DeSoto. Next for 20. Its sub-ranges include the San Juans, the Wasatch, the Sawatch, the Uinta, and the Sangre de Cristo, and the Tetons. Identify this mountain range that stretches between British Columbia and New Mexico. Anna.
The Rocky Mountains.
Correct. The Rocky Mountains, Mason Classical, 20. Next for 20. Give the term defined by the American Meteorological Society as a mass of land ice formed by the further recrystallization of firn flowing continuously from higher to lower elevations. Howie, Mason.
Glacier.
A glacier is the right response. 20 points, Mason Classical. Next for 20. Its religious observance may be moved if it falls within a Catholic Holy Week, but its secular observance is never moved and now often features things like corned beef, cabbage, and green beer. Identify this annual, Anna, Mason?
St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patrick's Day is the March holiday, and you get 20 points for that. Next question for 20. The two main species of buffalo live in Africa and Asia. Thus, when someone talks about a buffalo in America, what they're really referring to, Alex DeSoto?
Bison.
Is a bison. That's correct. 20 points, DeSoto. Next for 20. Though it's been accepted by major credit card companies and banks, companies like Walmart don't want to use it and are developing their own system known as Current C. Name this new method of purchasing stuff not with your credit card, but with an iPhone 6. Howie, Mason.
Apple Pay.
Apple Pay is correct. 20 points, Mason Classical. Next for 20. On Sesame Street, which character parodies hit movies during his regular feature called Crummy Pictures? Alex DeSoto.
Elmo.
No, not Elmo. Mason. Howie.
Oscar the Grouch.
No, not that one either. The clue was in Crummy Pictures. Cookie Monster. Cookie Monster. I know, I did the same thing when I read it. All right, next for 20. Its dry method is one that allows paint to flake off over time. Its buono, or true method, doesn't require a binder because as the paint dries, it creates a lime crust that keeps the paint from flaking off. Name this artistic technique used to paint the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel. Valentina.
Fresco.
It's a fresco. Good job. 20 points. Mason Classical gets you right in there under the wire. 140 for Mason Classical, 160, for Mason, and 235 for DeSoto. Not a runaway, either side. All right. Let's take a look. I'm going to tell you what your final category is. It's social studies. Social studies is the final one. What I want you to do now is think about your wagers, and when we come back, we'll give you the question, and you folks at home will find out which one of these fine teams will move on in the A-Team Challenge. We'll be back. Good job.
This one's packed with hope. This one's packed with big dreams. This one's packed with inspiration. It may look like a simple brown bag lunch, but it's really a big way to make a difference. That's because when you become a Take Stock in Children mentor, takes just 1 hour a week to make an impact that can't be measured. Change a life over lunch. Become a mentor today.
Take Stock in Children is a major program of the Foundation for Lee County Public Schools. For more information on how you can become a mentor, call 239-337-0433 or email info@leeschoolfoundation.org.
Two pennies by themselves don't add up to much. But when you're a Suncoast member, every time you swipe your Suncoast credit or debit card, Suncoast donates 2 cents to help children's programs where you live. That means Suncoast members help make their community a better place every day just by buying things with their cards. And when we add all those pennies from all those Suncoast card swipes together, we can give millions of dollars to our children's future. Visit suncoastcreditunion.com and learn how much Suncoast could save you.
Welcome back to the final exam round, the conclusion of this game of the A-Team Challenge. Before we get to the question and the answers, let's introduce you to the alternates on both sides. First of all, on the DeSoto High School side, we've got Ruby Barajas. Ruby is a senior this year, and she's headed off to Embry-Riddle to study engineering. Ruby, good luck to you in the future. In the back in the middle there is Gloria Montoya Vasquez. She's a junior, and she wants to go to the University of Miami and study pediatric medicine. On the Mason Classical side, we have 2 alternates as well. In the back there is Dennis. This is Dennis Hull. He is a sophomore. We'll probably see more of you in the A-Team in the future. And he wants to go to Hillsdale College and study biochemistry. Right next to me here is Jessica. This is Jessica Sinatus. Jessica's a sophomore and wants to go to Johns Hopkins and study medicine and cardiology. All right, so the teams have grown a little bit. They've been working together as a group for the final exam question, and here it is. We want you to answer these questions about decisive Civil War battles of the Civil War, of course, as defined by the Civil War Sites Advisory Commissions. And you can see them on your screen there. The day after the Union won, 1864 Battle of Jonesboro in this state, city of Atlanta fell. The Union won this state's 1864 Battle of Franklin, and the final one, the Mississippi City, surrendered to Grant on July 4th. So let's put up the answers. These are what I need to see, and I do need to see all 3 answers correct. If you get 1 or 2 right but miss 1, you're still going to miss the whole thing. Georgia is the first state. The second state we need is Tennessee, the Battle of Franklin. We even had that in an earlier question in the A-Team today. And also the Siege of Vicksburg, very famous there in Mississippi, that city. All right, we're going to start with the Mason Classical. Your answers here. You came in the game at the end of the round with 160 points, and you answered 1 correct. You got Georgia right up front. Louisiana and Franklin are not the 2 correct ones for B and C, so we've got to mark that as no. Your wager was 160, which is exactly what you should have done, and that's good, but it does bring you down to 0 with the incorrect answer. On to the DeSoto side. Let's see how these kids did. They answered Georgia correctly, and they got Vicksburg at the bottom, but you missed Tennessee. You got Pennsylvania, so that's also incorrect. However, your wager was 86 points. That brings you down to 149. So that is the score, and you will be moving on to the next round. Let's give them a hand. DeSoto High School moves on. Mason Classical, I expect to see you back next year dressed just as nicely, and you're going to be great. You were today. Thank you for being here. Thank you, DeSoto. Stand up, please. Give each other a shake and a good sportsmanship hug, and we'll be back with more A-Team in just a minute.